Hello. Today we're going to talk about the damn wearable web application. The damn wearable web application is written in ASP, and the main goal of it is that to help security professionals to test their skills or maybe a beginner to learn the web web securities. Yeah, as is stated here. The aim is to practice some of the most common web vulnerabilities. So to install this, you gotta come to their GitHub page here, and there actually is many way to install this. I'll just go with the Docker to help install. So to start, we just clone this repositories with your git clone. After we clone, we go through the directories up, and here's the files that made up the DVWA. Go to terminals and make sure you have your Docker desktop running. Then we do Docker compose up SD, pull the image, create the containers up. After that, the containers will run, and DVWA is located at the localhost of port 4280. Up here, the landing page. The default username and password is the admin and password here. Welcome to the damn wearable web application. There's also a instruction here, but I recommend going to DVWA securities first and set this to low. If it doesn't set to low, set it to low, because this is the first time that you'll be doing the attacks of the web securities. The first attack here is the root force. Here's the page. What's the page look like? It takes this name and password, and you can go to view help here and see the about to know what the attack is. And for the brute force is just that you can guess as many username and passwords as you want. You can go test, you can go test right here and repeat it any how many times you want. But as you go into higher levels of the queries, it's going to be impossible. Here it doesn't let us add add as many username and passwords as the low security does. Yes, we gotta wait 15 minutes to try this again. So I'll just change back to low. For brute force, you can try, and then the correct one is also the one that we use to enter the site, admin and password here. Next one is the command injections. For this, you can see that It asks for IP address. Yeah, it pings the IP that we entered. But for this command injection attacks, it the attack that we can inject a commands into the input as well. So if we do like, yeah, that we go ls to list the files. Yeah, you see that it's not only ping the IP, it also listed the files as well. And maybe you can do something like this. You just echo a word, and yeah, after the ping the IP address, yeah, so output the text, the message that I inputted. So to the next attack, we go to the SIF. In here, we go to view help. Is GSIF is an attack that forces the end user to execute unwanted actions. I'll demonstrate. Yeah, it prompts us to change a new password, right? So we can go like test and confirm with test. And then we change, and we can try it with this. We go admin and we go test. It works now because we just changed the password. The problem started when people can do things like this. You can actually change the inputs up here to back to password and password. And the problem with this is that if the attackers just copied this and send it to the other people, you know, the people that click this link will change their passwords to just pa- password as well. And then attackers can do whatever they want with that because they already changed your password. And so to the next attacks. Next is the file inclusions. It's listed here three files. So file one, file two, and file three. It seems pretty normal, right? But up here, the page it's actually query the file out, and we can change the page that we want. But the problem is that when user can list the file out like this, maybe there is a file 4 hidden that the user should not be able to access this, or maybe something even worse if they can do it something like this. The next attack is the file uploads. For the file uploads, I might have to write some code as well. I'll do it quickly. I'll just create new files, go file wall.php, then we insert the PHP like a system, and then for this time I'll just request a CMD. Yeah, that, and then we choose the file, find the file that we just created here. We upload it, And then we can go to this file locations, up, and in the course I just wrote, we request a CMD. So we go CMD equal ls, and bam, we can uh, we can list the files here just by uploading our variable files. We can run any command that we want with this. And yeah, that's the way that of the file upload vulnerability works. For in-skill capture, just skip the in-skill captures for the SQL injections. SQL injection is pretty straightforward. We're going to inject an SQL commands here to get some information that we want. We go to the view source. We can see the codes behind this page of SQL injections. They will receive an inputs and query here. The problem with this is that maybe you can put a code like this. And if you return an SQL syntax errors, it means that this input box is vulnerable to SQL injections. Because what I did is like this. I'll just copy this. The problem with the code I entered is because it create three code like this and it break the SQL syntax. So what I can do is maybe we go test and then we end it the where clause that we entered an over clause of 1 equal to 1. And the problem with this is that whether it is a user ID test or not, it will always pass the 1 equal to 1. So you can go here and maybe go test, we end it, and then we go or equal to 1. Here, it lists all the first name and last name of every user in the system. And that's how the SQL injection works. Next, I'll go to the XSS, but for this one, I'll just go over the DOM base. For this page, it's about the scripting, right? So in here, if we check here in the select tab, it runs a script, and if we check here, if we go English, boom, yeah, and now you can just change any values here. Maybe I'll change this one. Don't be disabled. Let me inside the values. I'll just insert a script of alert hi, and then end the script. Oops. Yeah, I think it's the URL messing with the group. So I think we can do just like this. Yeah, you can go insert an alert script. Yeah, and then we run it and it execute the script and said hi. The problem with this is that maybe attackers can do something like this. Make a document, uh, cookies, I think, which we run this. It will expose our cookies or something even worse here. For the next attacks, I'll go to the JavaScript. For the JavaScript, I'll just do the page source. Here, they use a function of plot13 and they generate tokens. They generate the tokens by using the phase, v5, and plot13. If the phase, I'll just check here. And oh, there's also a token here. I'll just delete the type hidden. And maybe I'll go to the cyber shell, about cyber chat, and from here and go rot, rot 13, yeah, and also MD5 as well. And they want me to the Russian success here, and we already got the token that we need. This I can just enter the token and look this. If we submit, yeah, I'm going to pass the page. If we enter again, yeah, it said got the phrase wrong. And even though I enter success again, it said invalid token because we didn't change the the, the token. For the next attack, I'll go to I think cryptography will do. Usually, cryptography problems is solved around being able to hack into the logic of how their the code, the message. I'll just write hello world, that say like that, or maybe we can hide the code. Look at the powers off the LED. So now we gotta try to figure out what they're doing with the encryption. I see they're doing something with XOR. I'll try the from base 64 and also do some XOR operations. If I input the word here, nope. Hmm. What I could do here. Nope. Hmm. This one. If we do like this, yeah, it would be a paste. Will it work? Nope. Still doesn't work. Oh, we go UTF. Maybe we got something here. If we enter it, yes, yes. No, enter, or maybe this is an assignment. And we submit. We copy the message here into the input. We change the key to this. You got something here. You got the watchword, something. Problem with this, I think, is that if we put the watchword, yeah, we can use this key to get the output or the input in this case. In this case, yeah, this is how we crack the cryptography problems. And I think that is it for the DVWA that's I'm going to talk about.